Everybody. Yeah, really proud and happy to be here and be part of AII's climate solutions portfolio. Definitely brings the necessary rigor and public advocacy to this space. I'm also looking after a dog, so if you hear some moaning or anything else in the background, that is the dog. Yeah, basically Smartex has always been around enabling and showcasing the hidden benefits of quality. That line actually was from AII, which I really liked because there are some real hidden benefits of good quality control when it comes to emissions and emissions reductions and impact. So we spend a lot of time kind of thinking about this question of, how can quality control transform the industry and how can it work better? And our focus is basically going from this method, which you see here, which is the industry standard, has been the industry standard pretty much since textiles were invented, of manually searching for defects. The thing that's advanced perhaps is the light behind the screen. And our CEO actually did this job and realized there must be a better way. So we're all about basically trying to go from this current subjective manual method that has a lot of fallacies to basically a digital objective solution that can deliver insights in real time. If we go to the next slide, so this basically gives a bit of a kind of snapshot inside the machines that we install the cameras. So basically Smartex currently focuses on the raw knit. So basically when the fabric is, yarn is being fed into the knitting machine and being produced into a roll of fabric. We focus on circular knitting currently because it's the hardest one to be able to watch in real time because of the cage that's around the machine. And we basically go in to, we've now installed in over 90 factories, and we go in and basically retrofit their existing circular knitting machines. So they don't need to buy new machines. We can basically install our patented light and camera solution in those machines to inspect the fabric in real time. And some of the examples of the defects that appear are on the right. And we do that through basically taking photos of every single inch of fabric and then analyzing it in real time on our artificial intelligence model to see if a defect exists. And the supplier, we work with them to basically set their quality level, which can vary from fabric to fabric, client to client. And our whole job is to basically maintain the quality that they want set. And then also to streamline their operations by grading the raw fabric roll as soon as it's finished being produced, right? So no delay between basically producing the roll and then, inspecting it perhaps the next day and then only inspecting 10% of those rolls. Rather, you have analysis immediately and you can act on that if there's anything going wrong. And our focus and what we've been working with AII on is around reducing basically defective weft knit fabric by at least 1% in every customer. Which basically reduces the need for overproduction and also defective fabric going downstream to the high impact processing stage before it then gets thrown away because there's a problem with it. If we go to the next, Pauline. So, basically our solution comes in three parts, and these are all basically focused on delivering quality, efficiency, and obviously sustainability. So it all starts with Smartex Core on the left-hand side, right? This is our camera bar and a patented camera bar and light solution that we install in the circular knitting machines to basically enable real-time inspection. All of the images and all of the information we capture from the machines are then available on our platform, Fact, which basically enables the automatic roll grading, exporting of quality reports, and full analysis of any roll produced in the machine with Smartex. So you can see the full roll map and you get certain areas highlighted where there could be problems for production manager and quality manager to review to see, are those problems things that they need to basically cut out, or are they just problems they need to fix for the next roll, and do analysis on that to improve their production and maintain their quality. And then the third aspect, which is our newest product we introduced at the end of last year, which is Loop, which is basically an indestructible labeling system, which allows us, very interestingly, to start tracking Smartex rolls through the supply chain and comparing them with non-Smartex inspected rolls. And we've got some initial results here, which are really interesting. And there's a lot of pilots ongoing to basically prove the impact of this. You will come to that in a moment, but just as a reminder, we are in the knitting stage. So pretty early on in the supply chain, far away from the brands. They normally don't even know how this happens. But why this is really interesting is this is actually where we estimate around 80% of the structural fabric faults occur. Fabric faults which then go on to be dyed and get to the cutting table and then thrown away. So this is what we're trying to do, is basically intervene as early as possible and stop those faults ever being created, which actually from a financial incentive also is very attractive for garment facilities, because they'll either need less fabric for the same product, or they can just sell more of it with the over and under selling that normally happens with brand contracts. So that's who we're working a lot with now, especially these vertical facilities. If you go to the next slide, Pauline, you can see, so this is, we're a Portuguese-based company, despite my accent, based in northern Portugal, in Porto. And like being in Taiwan or Italy or Turkey, it's a fantastic place to build a textile innovation company, because you still have a supply chain 30 minutes away, covering everything from yarn, fabric, dyeing, and garment facility. And so that's a big strong base of ours, along with Turkey and increasingly Bangladesh. But one of our most innovative clients there, which is vertically integrated, a company called Impetus, which produces for themselves, but also Hugo Boss and other big brands. They basically used all of our systems, so core in their knitting machines, fat to grade their rolls, and loop to then track it all the way from knitting to garment, and managed to basically prove that they already managed to reduce their garment wastage from 1%, well, the garment wastage with structural defects, because of course color defects come into it, from 1% to 0.7%. And for them, this was saving around 14,000 garments per year, and basically meant that they paid off a Smartex system in 1 to 2 months. So this is the thing that really now we're pushing a lot, and there's a lot of what we're discovering is there's a lot more waste that's being kind of taken for granted in this industry, which I don't think comes as too much of a surprise. And we're starting to basically show how that can be reduced and the benefits of it, from everything from reduced impact, but also price and speed that it helps with, because lowering COGS and meaning you don't have orders that can't be shipped because of too many problems. So if you just go to the last slide, Pauline, I think just to summarize, so you know who we can help at this point, we basically help fabric mills, so independent fabric mills, or fabric mills also who have dye houses that want to basically improve the raw material going into their processes. But our biggest benefits come for vertically integrated facilities who have knitting, dyeing, and the garment facility, because they see cumulatively over all three of those steps reduced waste and greater efficiency. So yeah, basically this is what we see as the future of quality control, right? Much more digitally enabled, objective as opposed to subjective, and in basically happening in real time, which has a number of benefits for this industry. And we're really excited to keep pushing it out and also keep refining it to make this the new standard.